Ooh, everybody, time to get going. It's You Hate to See It. I'm Father Adam.
What? I don't think you
I
can call
didn't.
your. I mean, I guess
I
you are
don't.
one. Also, I like
Uh,
the eight packs of
the weird
cigarettes you
Randy
smoked.
Savage fucking
I
intro.
I I was gonna
It's
go
like
from
Randy Savage got
It was
kicked
I
in
like
the
deep fried.
balls.
I my original pitch in my head was do Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty,
Not
and
even
then
close.
No,
the last second I decided to deepen the voice and change it up and do something different,
But somehow
and
you
didn't come.
deepened it, and it still sounded like Randy Savage got kicked in the nerds.
it was like Randy Savage's intro, deep fried for a EDM intro in like a small town in Italy.
Huh?
Interesting.
I'm Jeff.
Not
Not
father
I'm
father.
Jeff.
I forgot Adam did an intro already. I'm Nick. I'm the one who's not funny here. So
Diddled by Father Nick.
no, I no.
One day we'll get you to confess to it that you, in fact, were diddled by
I
your
was not
priest.
was not diddled by my priest.
You just have a lot of trauma blocking. That's all it is. We'll get
That's
through
not the only thing
That's
blocking.
it. We'll get through it together
oh boy.
as
That's what we're
friends.
here for you.
Thank you.
Not as intimately as your father, but
All right.
actually
So,
I'd
more
say more.
intimately
Yeah,
than
I'd
your father.
say more intimately than my father.
all
More
right.
intimately than that father.
Oh my
So,
god.
as we this year, as we slowly get back into drunken jurors, I still have not prepared anything per usual. So, to slowly work us in, I got this idea from like a couple years ago. Necronomipod on their Patreon did like they just talked about medieval torture methods, like some of the most fucked up ones. So, I thought it would be fun if I just went on Wikipedia, got a list of every like known torture method, and I read them to these guys, and we tried to rank them on a tier list of how fucking awful they would be
Or fun.
or fun. Yeah, maybe it's like more of a kink thing.
Maybe there should be like an F tier, but it's fun.
There is an F tier,
Okay.
which is what I'm claiming as like that's not that bad. So yeah, F is for fun. We'll
F
make
is for
F for
fun.
fun.
Cool. I like it.
S is just like that's absolutely fucked. Like, and then we'll kind of figure out A, B, and C and D
I
from
like
there.
this.
All right. So, they kind of broke these into different types of torture. So the first list is going to be psychological torture methods, and we're going to start with the Chinese water torture.
Oh,
Anyone?
F.
Anyone? No
F.
fun.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No,
Everyone
I
thinks.
don't.
Well, let me read what it is for people. So
I
people
know what
don't know.
it is.
Yes, but we have a podcast where we're talking to other
Oh.
people who might
Yeah.
not
Well,
know.
you think they don't know what Chinese
It
water
depends
torture
on
is?
what audience we're pulling from. Is this the people that I bring in or the people that you bring in? This is two very different audiences.
Not fine. Fair.
All right, I'm just putting it in F now, just because it's fun. But Chinese water torture is, or the use of a dripping machine, is a mentally painful process in which cold water is slowly dripped onto the scalp, forehead, or face for a prolonged period of time. This process is supposed to cause fear and mental deterioration of the subject, and the pattern of the drops is often irregular. And then the cold sensation is jarring, which causes anxiety as a person tries to anticipate the next drip. So
I'd
we're
like
just
to
putting it
point
for
out,
fun.
Dripping Machine was Nick's nickname in high school.
Oof.
Yikes.
every time we left the father's office, he was known as
Oh my
dripping
god,
machine.
there wasn't even a priest at my high school.
Keep telling us that, man.
It
So we're
was,
thinking
well,
fun,
it
just
could
kind
have
of getting.
also been from the nuns shoving the wooden
There were
yardsticks
nuns
up his
either.
ass.
There was like
So
one monk in the entire high school.
One
so
monk,
Yeah, we had a monk.
what?
the
Yeah,
guy
we
who
didn't
went
have
to a
any.
Catholic school, had a monk there,
There
but
was a
no
monk.
nuns or
No
fathers.
no nuns or fathers. No. There was no parish for the high school, so like it was just whoever was free for a Friday came and did Friday mass. They did rotations in the area.
All right, so this is just basically the introduction of cold plunges, right?
Uh,
This is
I
like the
get, yeah.
minute way of
I
doing.
feel like MythBusters tested this at
They
some point.
did, and
Did
Yeah.
they?
Carrie lost her mind. Carrie,
Okay.
after like 15 minutes, was like crying.
All right, if we get 100 downloads on this episode at any point,
We'll do we'll
we'll
in
subject
five
one of
years
us.
we'll all of
Yeah,
a sudden
we'll subject someone to this dripping torture for like 15 minutes, and we'll record it and we'll put it on Patreon for the
That sounds
cheapest tier.
fun.
How about every 50 downloads this episode gets? So at 50 downloads, Nick does it. At 100 downloads, I do it, and at 150 episodes,
I'll do it.
downloads, you do it.
Why am I the first guinea pig?
Because you're the dripping machine.
Fair.
You're gonna hold up to it the best from what we hear. All right.
As long as it's just a big, thick cock dripping down that.
Oh. Ugh.
So next is just like, it sounds kind of stupid, but it's like music torture.
That's not stupid because the U.S. did that to Noriega.
Yeah.
In Nicaragua.
Yeah.
They
So
fucking blasted AC/DC and Black Sabbath outside of the Vatican Embassy in Nicaragua for like 4 days until he surrendered because he hated the music.
yeah. So it's basically that. It's not really. It doesn't seem like they choose any specific type of music, but it's basically just music and sounds pumped into a room for long periods of time until someone just fucking goes insane because it causes sensory deprivation, sleep deprivation, somehow causes food and drink deprivation, but I think that's just them starving and dehydrating people. I don't think that's a part of the music torture. I think that's
No.
You don't know.
So where are we putting music? These will get better. Once we get to the actual physical torture methods, they're gonna get wild.
I feel like it depends on the music, personally.
I think it's
So, like-
constantly changing. And it's probably not good. Imagine it being
Probably.
like,
but it's like karaoke.
imagine
it's like
it-
bad Thai
not even,
karaoke.
imagine it's Adam's child around like now just hitting all of his toys. It just like
Ooh.
there's no beat, there's nothing. He just has musical toys and he's constantly doing it for 24 hours. So it can't be that bad because Adam's alive.
I mean, I also take the toys from him. So
That's true. But they don't take the toys from him. And it's just
No.
looped for you. There's no beat, there's no
I
melody,
feel
nothing.
like that's a D tier. I don't think it's fun. But I also feel like it's not the worst thing.
I think it depends on what the music is and what the sounds are and how long. I don't know.
It's just
Get us to
Nightcore.
50 and we'll make Nick do it.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm
No.
sensing a theme.
This
all
one
right,
stops
fine,
at
Nick.
50
45.
though. Yeah. This one stops at Nick though. Only Nick does this one.
I feel like we're establishing a theme here, and I don't like it.
All right, we'll just put it in D, or unless Adam has somewhere else.
Nah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of group these ones. You got the like mock execution, and then kind of like from Game of Thrones with the forced nudity.
I feel
type
like those are
thing.
two very different things.
They are, but
also-
like they're
yeah.
also. I feel like they're
Just
not that bad.
psychological.
Yeah.
I feel like a very well
Fine, we'll
executed
separate them.
mock
Yeah.
execution. That's like B tier. Like a very well done and orchestrated one. That one would fuck you up.
Like think of
That
a
one would be
firing
a
squad,
problem.
but they're
Yeah.
all blanks, and you just don't know. So they
Yeah.
all fire, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Where did I get hit?"
Yeah.
And then
No,
they
I
keep
ca- I-
doing that.
I think that's a solid B tier. I think forced nudity, like the marching thing while nude.
I think that just depends on the type of person you are, and I guess what they're doing to you while
or,
you're nude.
or where you're at, because like if it's through Finland, fine. But if I'm doing that through fucking the Philippines, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
I would do it.
A tier. No,
Yeah.
A means it's bad, so F would
Oh,
be where
yeah.
you want for fun.
No, I wouldn't do it for fun though.
So D for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a solid D.
All right, let me see here.
To be fair, I have done that for fun, but
How about
Same.
hold on? Now we got tickle torture.
oh, that is S.
It's horrible, really fucking bad.
Ugh. I wouldn't enjoy that. That's for
Here's
sure.
the thing.
So obvious, tickle torture is
I would
prolonged
be-
use of
that's-
tickling to abuse,
That might
dominate,
be the
harass.
fastest I would turn violent. And half.
I'm
and,
pretty sure you're
only
held
half,
down during this.
Yeah,
like,
you're
if-
chained up.
that doesn't mean that I would still be violent. I'd pee on you.
You pull
Just full
a child-
autonomous control.
you pull a baby boy just the second the diaper comes off, just urinating,
Yeah.
just piss on everyone. So our first S tier is gonna be tickle torture.
Oh my god.
That's
That's wild.
That's horrific. I'd cry so fast.
Okay.
Like I'd laugh to crying within 35 seconds, and then I would try and beat the shit out of someone.
Oh,
like
man.
I could never. Don't fucking tickle me.
I like
Like
to think
even
that
if you
this-
start to, even like today, if someone came up to me and started to tickle me, it would take more of my power to not elbow you in the temple than it would to just deal with the tickle. Like
we because of this video, none of us can ever become resistance leaders, because we're just creating the roadmap for how to break us.
and it's tickling.
Yeah, Adam's.
That's
no
why
one
you.
give government
That's,
secrets to Adam.
that's why number one rule of the resistance is no one's allowed within 10 feet of the resistance leader. And if you get close, you are just instantly executed by gun. You were just shot.
No
right.
feathers.
So the last psychological one we're going to do is obviously probably the most known one, waterboarding, which is just a form of torture in which water is poured over a cloth covering the face and breathing passages of an immobilized captive, causing the person to experience the sensation of drowning.
I'd go.
I feel like
pee.
I heard like a SEAL or someone talk on a podcast about like waterboarding is not that bad, like because it will never actually kill you, but it just really fucks up.
I mean, it's also like accompanied with like isolation and starvation and everything else.
Yeah.
Waterboarding itself is not really.
I mean, I think most psychological torture
I-
is accustomed with starvation and sleep
I'll be the
deprivation and-
first to agree with Dick Cheney. The waterboarding is not torture.
Yeah. It's everything that goes around the water.
Yeah. It's the accoutrement.
All right, so if we were to take out all the other parts, like say we were to just literally grab you right now and waterboard you for like 2 minutes,
See,
where would yeah.
it's
Okay.
not a great experience. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's not great, but I don't
yeah.
think we'd get anything out of you.
High
Yeah.
C, low B. Exactly in the middle of
Alright.
everything.
All right, now we're gonna get into
the fun stuff.
the the physical. I'm just gonna choose ones that sound fun. So we have the bamboo torture.
No.
I don't know what that one is.
So bamboo torture is a
S.
form of because bamboo grows very fast, like inches in a day.
Oh my god.
Bamboo torture is a form of torture and execution where a bamboo shoot grows through the body of a victim. So basically, they lay you down on top because bamboo can grow up to as fast as 4 centimeters per hour.
Or like under your nails, and they let
Yeah.
it grow under your nails.
Yeah.
I
Basically,
just
That's-
imagine like sitting in a chair with a hole in it and just
Yep.
letting it go.
Yep.
just because it
Mhm.
also grows just straight.
It's like impaling, but
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah,
But
they
through
usually
it's like impaling, but through AOL.
it's dial up.
It's dial up impalement. You also get the sound of the
I'd go high B, low A.
Personally, I think this would be an S. Like, I think this is fucked. Because
yeah.
it's within, like, you die within a day. Like,
That's fine.
Oh my god. Ah.
see, I told you, they're going to get fun now.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm waiting for the one from the Daniel Craig James Bond movies where they smack your balls.
That's just called a beating.
This one's.
No,
This
he sits
one's-
in a chair and is tied down with his
Yeah,
balls
I know what
dangling.
you're talking.
Just
So-
yeah,
whips
it's
it.
just called a beating.
So, this next one is basically just
That's F.
is a huge kink or fetish now. And it's
Oh.
called bastinado? Something like that. It's just a method of inflicting pain and humiliation by administering a beating on the soles of a person's bare feet.
Oh.
So this is just a
Oh,
kink now. So I think this
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
just.
that's
that's-
F.
I'm putting it.
That's
I'm putting a
I'd
D
do
because I
that.
hate feet. So
I mean, I also
Yeah.
hate feet, but if someone wants to
It's an
beat the
F
shit
for
out
some
of my
people.
feet,
it's a fucking
it's
F
an
for
F.
a lot of
It's an
people.
F for a lot of people. I call
Yeah.
it a solid D, personally.
Personally, it's an F for you.
I just like
Big feet
someone
guy over
just,
here?
just someone standing there, just like boxing my foot. Sure, that's what gets you off. Then more power to you. Rather
Next
that
one.
than the
I'm
drip
skipping like
machine
the
over
ones that
here.
just seems bad and dumb. This next one's fun though. It's the Blood Eagle.
Oh,
The ritual.
yeah,
It was a ritual
that's a good time.
execution in skaldic poetry.
Vikings.
The victims were placed in the prone position, their ribs severed from the spine with a sharp tool, and their lungs pulled through the
Oh,
opening to create
They
a
do
pair
this
of
in
wings.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna pull a picture up for you, but if you've
Um,
watched that movie, you probably don't need it.
S.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It can't
Yeah.
be that bad.
Nick's over here like, I'll do it for fun.
Yes. Ugh.
We're going S for the Blood Eagle, I
That
guess.
that's probably. I mean, it's that, and then butting up right next to it is the tickling, and then.
It's wild.
Honestly, I think I'd rather have the Blood Eagle because I think you die way faster than the tickling.
No, because in Midsommar, the guy's alive. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
happened.
Yeah. No,
The blood loss has to kill you so fast.
Well, that's
You'd
why they make you
think.
drink the period blood.
That's true.
What the fuck?
Period blood and lemonade.
So happy I've never seen that movie.
So-
I would watch it again, but
Same.
I would have to be looking at my phone the entire movie.
It's pretty fucked. It's a good movie.
I saw it with Justin, and I was both of
I-
like
I watched
it-
Long Legs recently.
so Midsommar made Justin uncomfortable.
I remember you talking about that
The beginning
and
makes me
talking about
uncomfortable.
how like it was like a freaky movie. The entire time I thought you were talking about Shakespeare, and I was like, why are you guys fucking freaking out about this?
No,
I thought
it's-
I thought it was just abbreviated Midsummer Night's Dream.
I thought Midsummer was a really, really, really bad movie, and the only reasoning is because they kill a bear in it, and I love bears, so shit movie. But outside of that, the story and everything, it's fucked. It's the beginning of the movie's fucked. Like, all right, so we're gonna skip over
Hey,
boiling.
Did you ever start recording?
Yeah, it says recording.
Okay.
Right.
All right, I just don't remember.
I
That would have been fucked.
That
I would
would've
have given
been-
up. We would have never recorded one. So we're gonna skip over boiling to go to the better version of boiling, which is the brazen bowl.
that's a good time.
Mhm.
Greeks knew how to get down.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, it was a hollowed out bronze bowl with a door in one side. The condemned were locked inside of the device with their head aligned with the bull's head, and a fire was set beneath it, heating the metal to the extent that the person within slowly roasts to death.
Oh,
So think of playing D&D and casting heat metal on someone wearing full plate because you know they can't get it off fast enough and they'll
I've
die
done
in it.
that. Wasn't it in?
That's a very common thing for people with heat metal to do. Is you see someone wearing metal, you light the metal on fire because in D&D you cannot get it off fast enough.
Yeah, I think it might have been one of
To doff
Justin's
the armor.
campaigns. I did that.
Where are we putting the brazen bull?
Between I was gonna say S between Batwinging it and tickling.
Oh, and another thing about the brazen bull is that because the water, like the horns, are like tea kettles, so like it starts to scream and like a tea kettle.
Oh yeah, sorry.
that's
The
another
bull
fun
was
part about
equipped
it.
with internal acoustic apparatus that converted the screamings of the dying into what sounded like bellows of a bull.
Yeah.
And the steam comes out of the nostrils.
Oh, no, yeah, that would make more sense.
Damn, Nick, at least get the shit right that we're talking about.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to not overthink that I know all of these, and I'm waiting for you to get to some of my personal favorites.
How about we got some not so fun ones coming up. We got like castration or cement shoes.
Aren't those just executions? Well, I mean,
Yes.
it's meant to use.
I mean, torture usually leads to execution pretty quick.
Fair.
We're skipping
Castration.
those two
Um,
because we're going cigarette burns. Where are we putting cigarette burns, boys?
Cigarette. Oh, dude.
This has to be
I
fun
don't
for some
know.
people. This has to be an F for some of you. One of you has to be in.
I mean, I'd say
cigarettes.
C.
I've
What?
I've
I
never
wouldn't-
been burned
I-
by a cigarette.
I've never had it done. I wouldn't want it done, but like if it was
Has
done
anyone
to me,
experienced? Jeff,
I
have
have.
you experienced?
Yeah.
Okay. you
It's not a
you
good
might
time.
be okay.
It's
You
not
might
that-
be the best.
It's not a good time, and it's really not. I guess it depends how long they hold it onto you. Like, if they just like quickly, just like, it's not horrible. It's just a quick burn. But are we putting? So we say C. Are we putting it above waterboarding though, or below waterboarding?
Probably.
I'd
above
yeah,
waterboarding.
I'd rather be waterboarded than
Personally, yeah.
Okay. Wait, or would that be below waterboarding then?
the
below.
No,
the further down is more fun.
yeah, so it would be
So-
above waterboarding.
Okay.
Like so like our ranking is like S, A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
F. But F
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fucking wild.
How about combing? How do you guys feel about combing?
Is that the rat one?
No, that one's fucked.
I don't know what combing is.
All right, combing, also sometimes known as carding, is a sometimes fatal form of torture in which iron combs designed to prepare wool and other fibers for woolen spinning are used to scrape, tear, and flay victims' flesh.
Ah. Eh.
I would put this just under Batwinging.
The screaming eagle, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
bloody
Screaming
eagle.
Eagle. Batwinging
Yeah.
is when your testicles stick to your thighs, but
He's trying. This list is a little bit different than I was expecting it to go.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, dude.
I feel like
Most
this
of the
episode's
real
going
torture-
a little bit.
Most of the real
different.
tortures are probably gonna be an S.
What? How about cock and ball torture?
F.
What?
Is that just blue balls?
No, it's a sexual activity
Edging.
involving the application of pain or constriction to the male genitals.
Oh yeah, so
Oh.
if
Some
Daniel
of
Craig
these-
can do it, then
I'm
Yeah.
looking at there. It's just straight penises on my on this Wikipedia page, and it's awful. There's a guy with like do you know what like the for like physical therapy, like the stem machine, the little like zap thing, it like zaps
Yeah.
the muscles. There's a picture of a dick with that on it. There's a guy with hot wax on it.
Ooh.
So we're going F.
Wikipedia be wild.
We're going F for fun.
I was gonna go C, but okay.
C. Okay. Well, are we putting it? Is it more fun than waterboarding or worse
No.
than waterboarding? Is it better than
It's
cigarette?
worse.
burns?
It's the worst. Maybe B. Well, I'm switching to B.
Okay.
B's good. B's good.
Better or worse than mock execution then?
I'd rather be mock executed.
Same. Okay. Cock and ball torture.
Yeah.
How about dry boarding? So unlike waterboarding, where water is poured on a wet cloth placed over the subject, dry boarding includes asphyxiation through stuffing the subject's airways with rags and then taping their mouth shut and their mouth and nose.
Nice. That one might be problematic.
Yeah.
That one does sound significantly worse than
I'd go
waterboarding.
A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it at high A. It's our first A.
Yay.
How about enemas? How are we feeling about enemas?
That's a medical thing.
I know. I don't know why. Apparently, it used to be. Well, let's see if they put weird shit in the enema.
Ugh. I think they did. Hold on. No. So if I remember correctly, there is a torture technique where they'd give you an enema of like milk and honey and tie you and leave you out in a field and let the bugs eat you.
This one's
No.
worse. This one's
Oh.
an enema of chili peppers and turpentine.
Ooh. F.
Fun. You're finding that one fun.
Yeah.
It's just eating Taco Bell. Nick,
Just
are you
Diablo
also
sauce.
on? Are you also on F?
I'm not on enough for that. No.
All right,
No.
you guys need to figure out where you want to put enemas.
I'd go B.
B. Yeah. It's probably not
B is
worse.
reserved for.
Worse than cock and ball torture.
I was like B.
Probably.
It's, I don't know.
All right, we'll put enemas. How about goat's tongue? Which is a medieval torture method in which they would soak the victim's soles of their feet in salt water and then let a goat lick at them, and it would eventually start peeling the skin off.
Oh,
Oh.
see,
Oh. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Worse,
Yeah.
would you rather be waterboarded?
No,
Okay. Would you rather
Oh.
have cigarette burns?
actually, yeah, I'd rather be waterboarded.
Yeah, I'd rather be waterboarded.
What's in B? What's in the bottom of B? Where are we
Enemas.
at?
Enemas is the worst that you have in B.
I'd put
What's
it
the most
I'd put
fun
it-
thing in B?
Mock execution.
I'll put it right below that.
Yeah, that's fine. How about what are some good ones?
Hold on, you can put in your own in a minute.
Okay.
How about hamstringing?
Is that where you just cut someone's fucking hamstrings?
It's just slicing their
Yeah.
hamstrings.
That's what that sounds
I'll
like.
put that at S.
Yeah, that sounds not great.
Would you rather have that done or be bambooed?
I'd rather oh god, probably hamstringed personally.
Okay, but would you rather be hamstring or tickle tortured?
I would rather be tickle tortured.
Okay. Then it's going between tickle torture and the brazen bull.
Okay.
What? Some of these just have cool names. Oh, that's just dumb. It sounded cool. It's called the helicopter position, but it is exactly what you think it is. They just spread you out and then they just leave you there for weeks.
Oh, okay.
How about immurement Or-
Immurement?
or live entombment? They just,
Ah.
they just build a little fucking room around you with brick.
Ah,
Leave
yes.
you there till you die.
The cask of Montedello, is that it? Is that what that one was?
I don't think it had
That's-
that.
No, the
Yeah,
Edgar
yeah.
Allan Poe, yeah. That's a solid. Oh,
Like it's a small, like it's the size of like a coffin.
yeah.
Like the little room they build for you.
I'd
Like
say
you
that's-
cannot move around.
You're just gonna die. You're just gonna die. Um, B.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, now we gotta list it through the 4 that you have listed. Is it worse than an enema?
I'd put it probably at the bottom or at the top.
Because you have mock execution up there at the top. Would
Probably
you like?
at the bottom of B is where I'd put that.
That's fine.
All right, I gotta find some good ones. Fucking Adam's getting bored. We got kneecapping.
Well,
Interesting.
put that one right below hamstringing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, let's get so people that don't know, it's just they're just injured in the knee, like
Either a
it's typical-
gunshot or
yeah,
a
it's
hammer or
yeah.
something. It's not great. It's a bad time.
Ooh, we got necklacing.
Is that like the Columbia necktie?
Forcing a rubber tire. Oh, forcing a rubber tire drenched with petrol around a victim's chest and arms, and then setting it on fire.
Ugh.
Ooh.
I thought it was
Ugh.
gonna be like the Colombian necktie, also, but that's not really
Ugh.
torture. That's just straight up
Yeah,
killing
that's just
someone.
killing someone, yeah.
This is wild.
That's not fun.
Guess who were the main group that did this?
Oh, it's probably the Catholics. We did a lot of
No.
these.
No.
No.
Adam, you can have a guess at what part of the world you think did this.
Somewhere in Africa.
Correct. Guess what year this started happening in, by the way?
1962.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
This was happening in the fucking 80s by South
Ah!
Africa.
Ah, yeah, they would do some weird shit like that.
All right, where
South Africa was my first choice, but I thought they were too
I'll
white
give that
to do
to you.
something
You
like
get
that.
nothing for it, but I'll give you a point.
You get not necklaced.
Yeah, there you go. Get us to 5 downloads and we'll try it on Nick.
Hell yeah. Adam's back, baby.
Nick, no offense, but we're gonna have to find Big Tire.
Oh god.
It has to go around your arms and chest.
Oh god. It's
Well,
fucking
we don't
tractor
really need to
tire.
find that big of a tire. That's Nick's skinniest part.
Ouch. All right, where are we putting this?
F, because we're doing it to Nick, and we'll find out.
Wait, what?
All right.
Yeah, I can
Heck,
give you a
let's see.
personal rating.
We'll let you know in 6 months.
All right, Nick,
I'm on
you can-
fire screaming S.
Nick, you can start putting in some of yours. I think this is the one you were looking for. Yeah, so rat torture, which is they
oh, that
put
was fucking insane.
they put rats in a bucket, and then they put the
Oh,
bucket
they did this
onto
in
the
Too Fast, Too Furious.
yeah, yeah, it's
they do it in-
exactly that.
They do it in Game of Thrones also.
Yeah.
And they stick it on the person's stomach, and then they light they put a fire up towards the end of the bucket, and then the rats wanting to get out will just eat through the person.
That's a solid S.
Yeah. All right, but where are you putting it in your long list of S? I
Ugh.
would rather. I think this goes right below Blood Eagle.
Yeah, yeah. Some of my personal favorites. So, have you guys ever heard of The Pair?
I've heard of it. Let me see if it's on this list. It is not.
So, The Pair is
Oh
basically
wait, maybe
think
it's down here. Hold on. Yeah, isn't it the fucking thing they stuff up someone's ass and then like
Or their
pop it
mouth.
open?
or their mouth, yeah. And so basically, think of a soda can that goes into your mouth or your ass. And there's a wheel on it, and it slowly expands, and like it basically turns into like the size of my hat, in your asshole or in your mouth. You can thank the Spaniards for that one.
I'm gonna say F because this is very similar to the video "One Guy, One Jar."
True.
Oh. Ooh.
All right. Pair.
Um,
So how about the Republican marriage as a
I-
execution method?
I
I
mean,
don't know what that is.
The Republican marriage.
That's
That-
happening in October.
True.
Yeah, it's like
So
that
it
would be
is
a
what the
that's an
Republic-
S tier for me. I would hate to be married
What-
to a Republican.
What it is tying a naked man and woman together and then drowning them. It's a Republican marriage.
You know, that's not far off.
That might be that. I have a feeling that was used on witches. I had a feeling that it's something to do with witches.
Also known that no, I'm not going to go there. That's a joke for not the podcast.
So the next one is called the strapado, or also known as corda. It's a form of torture in which the victim's hands are tied behind their back, and then the victim is suspended by a rope attached to the wrists, typically resulting in dislocated shoulders. Weights may be added to the body to intensify the effect and increase the pain. Also, the picture for this is like, it's not like they're lifting him a couple inches off the ground to do this. This man is at least 15 feet in the air.
Yeah, that sounds not fun.
What was the one you wanted to talk about? Also, we gotta rank that one. This would be like a solid A for me. This sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
high A.
I don't. Is this worse than cock? I keep saying cock and ball torture in B, and I don't know if I can just start putting things above cock. Can we move cock and ball to S? Like,
No.
I don't know if it's an S. I don't
can we
know if
move it
it's
to
an S.
A? Like,
Well, at
Uh,
the end, we'll go back through.
Yeah.
okay. Well, this is going in A below dry boarding, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Okay.
Everything about this list is perfect. There's no problems.
We are correct.
CIA, if you're watching, here you go. So
We're actually just putting
Yeah.
out a list to our FBI and CIA agents that if we're ever captured, this is the best way to go
yeah.
about it.
Oh my god.
The fact that pair is an F is one.
Because that thing fucking would break your jaw.
It's like putting a light bulb in your mouth and it
Yeah.
explodes.
Yeah. So the other one I was thinking of was the wooden horse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just a fucking wooden triangle that's
All right, I'm getting that off my list because that was my next one.
Okay.
It's also called Judas's.
Judas's okay.
Yeah,
That's what it
Judas's
was.
Cradle
Okay.
or something.
So it's basically a fucking very sharp wooden triangle.
You put your
That
anus
they,
right on it.
yeah, right there, right on the taint, and then your body weight should be enough. But if they feel like it, they attach weights and pulleys, and then they basically just pull you down. And there are stories of people getting cut in half by this fucking thing. So, how's this? How's that tickle you?
This has to be right there with pairing, right? Like most fun.
Yeah.
Something.
I would put
Thanks.
this.
Thanks, man.
I would put this in like C or low B, high C, low B.
Okay.
Because our highest, most fun thing in C is cigarette burns. And our worst
fucking
thing is
wild.
entombment in B. Or not worst. Our best thing is entombment.
Yeah. I'd put that. I'd rather be entombed.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be entombed.
Okay, so it's going below enemas.
Okay. And then I get
What a
since I
wild
s-
list.
This is
Yeah,
this is
since I s-
correct. This is
Since I
correct.
stole yours, Jeff, we forgot about one of the classics.
This is the Iron Maiden.
I was gonna say the rack.
Oh, well, let's do Iron Maiden, then we'll look for the rack. Let me see if I find that. So it's just yep, there's rack. All right, so we'll do Iron Maiden first. Iron Maiden is obviously probably one of the most known ones, but for people that don't know, it is basically a solid iron cabinet with like a hinged front. It looks like a fucking giant standing person tomb casket thing. But the inside is filled with why is this like not explaining this at all? Oh yeah, it's a hinged front and it has a spike covered interior. Tall enough to enclose a human being. So when it's closed, all the spikes just drive into you.
That makes sense.
And then
That's a-
so where we
I
were
forgot about that one.
Could just be like fun acupuncture.
It could be. If you're small enough, it won't even hurt you.
True.
If you're like skinny enough, Adam might be safe.
Yeah. It's just gonna scratch his
I
back.
did lose a bunch of weight, so that
Yeah.
helps.
I think this is like a D. I feel like you'd just die.
Yeah. It's just death.
No big deal.
All right, we'll put it in D. Our listing has gotten wildly horrible. So the rack is a rectangular wooden frame raised slightly above the ground, with a roller on one or both ends. The victim's ankles are fastened to one roller and the wrists are chained to the other. And then as interrogation.
No, it's
This is-
interrogation.
Yeah, a handle and ratchet mechanism.
Interior irrigation.
A handle
Is
and
that
ratchet-
when you put the drywall all the way down to the floor, Nick? Or...
Yeah.
So a handle and ratchet mechanism attached to the top roller are used to gradually retract the chain, slowly increasing the strain on the prisoner's shoulders, hips, knees, and elbows, and causing excruciating pain. Usually ends up with just dislocating everyone and tearing a bunch of muscle fibers.
Yeah.
This, but there's an argument here that at some point this will feel incredible.
That is true. It's basically the
pop
thing where you
everything.
flip upside down, like
Yeah.
on the fucking wheel thing.
At some point, this would feel amazing on the spine,
True.
which I think puts it right there with cigarette burns.
At some point, cigarette burns are gonna feel warm. At some point, they're not terrible.
This is your guys' listing, though. So
I would put that
I'm fine with
Probably-
wherever the drip master wants it.
D.
okay,
D for drip.
is it
Yeah,
above or below the Iron Maiden?
probably
better or
below
worse?
It's probably better than the Iron Maiden.
Okay, the rack.
The
All right, that
rack.
is your guys' list. You guys have chosen the most fun form of torture is Chinese water torture, which is understandable. But yet again,
Yep.
if we get to 50, Nick will find out for us, and if we get to 100, Adam
Sure.
will find out. And the worst one is the Blood Eagle. which makes sense. It does sound like
Yeah.
the most violent and horrible thing to happen. With rats right below that.
Rats might. I don't know. Rats and Blood Eagle might be interchangeable for me.
Yeah, I think I don't know if there's a good way to really decide which one's worse because they both just seem fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And Cock and Ball Torture just sitting right there in the middle of B.
Oh God.
Which I just don't like, but I guess some people do. So I guess that's why it's in B. It's some people's thing, but
Well,
Some
you
people
know-
would be okay with cock and ball torture. That's a
Jeff-
wild thing to say.
Jeff, you're just wrong. So
all right. Well, Adam's one of those
Uh.
people that likes Cock and Ball Torture. All right. Well,
Uh.
that's our list. I guess everything in S from worst to best is Blood Eagle, Rats, Combing, the Brazen Bull, Hamstringing, Tickle Torture, Kneecapping, and Bamboo is the one that wraps that up. And then
That
it
makes
goes,
sense.
then it goes in A, dry boarding, and then the Strapato, and then B, the worst fucking listing I think out of this whole entire thing is worst to best is mock execution, goat licking, cock and ball torture, enemas, Judas's weird pyramid thing, and then entombment. And then C, you only have two things in there. It goes cigarette burns followed by waterboarding.
Oh.
And then D is music torture, nudity, the Iron Maiden, the Rack, and the Bastinado. I don't remember what that one even was. Was that the one that they hung you? No, that was the strap. I don't fucking know. And then best to worst of F is Chinese water torture, necklacing, and bear. For some reason, the bear.
Yeah.
Being an
Who
F
doesn't
is-
love a broken jaw?
But also necklacing's in there, which is the one that they put a tire over you and light it on fire.
That's-
Would you guys like to move any of these around, or are you guys?
No.
No, it's
100% on?
perfect.
Yeah.
I
this
stand
is,
by my decision.
This is the definitive list of torture techniques.
All right.
You're
well,
welcome, CIA.
All right. Well, I'm Jeff. This was our slow burn back. My next episode will be a drunken jurors of some form. But with that, Adam, do our fucking outro. This is fucking awful.
Fucking.
So for our outro, I've been really back into Dungeons and Daddies lately, so we're gonna
Nice.
end with, yeah, it's gonna be all right, and that's all we can do because of copyright. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Nick, do the roar. No, wait. Go to our website. Adam updated stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's still youhatetoseeit.net, but it's new and improved.
so
Barely.
doesn't care.
I've moved on.
Now do our sponsor.
w.gg. There's actually a link on the website. I don't even have to give you a promo code anymore. Just click the link on the website.
Sweet. For this reach roar, is a meow.